in Kiev. Yeah.
Let me start with your idea that in this way Ukraine becomes an aggressor as well. Ukraine doesn't become an aggressor. Probably now the Russian leadership is thinking how it should have been preparing the pretext of the war, how Ukraine to make an aggressor. Well, they failed. They are very clumsy in their mirroring the West. When the West was doing similar things in Yugoslavia, in Iraq, in Libya. And in that case, neither Yugoslavs, Serbs, Iraqis, Libyans, they didn't dare to attack those who were attacking them. Ukrainians are more brave. They do that, and they do not become aggressors. I do not say that it's good. I'm not assessing from a moral point of view. I'm assessing as political scientist. Well, it's a logic of, well, for Indians, you know very well the logic of Kurukshetra war described in Mahabharata, when the more and more lethal weapons were used by both sides, when there was attracting more and more forces from all over Bharata. Now it's being the same in the East Slavic world. There are many forces who are interested in making this war last as long as possible. It is necessary for military-industrial complex, and it's interesting for those who want to evict Ukrainians from their territory. Already more than
just
4
1 minute. I'll go to Peter
Ukrainians
in a minute.
left
Can I just
Ukraine.
speak to Valentin? Valentin, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please continue. Sorry. Yes, Valentin, please continue. Peter, I'll come to you in a minute. Yeah, Valentin, please continue. Yeah.
So in this case, in Ukraine, there may be two logics. One, logic to fight till the last Ukrainian, to evict Ukrainians abroad, and then to use our territory for other people. One logic, Russian military machine can destroy Ukrainian military machine and the whole Ukrainian nation. It's necessary to stop the war. Ukrainians will fight as heroes, but Ukraine is not capable to fight with against this machine for a very long time. So there is the second logic, a logic which was used 104 years ago by the leaders of revolutionary Russia at that point. Their leader was really like a dictator, revolutionary, and he managed to impose his logic on other revolutionaries when he said, now we signed this awful peace with German and Austrian empires. And then he was right at this point. In 8 months' time, German Empire, Austrian Empire, and Ottoman empires were destroyed. But in our case, it's not possible. Our leader cannot afford
I think,
such.
Valentin, see, Peter, 1 minute, please. Peter, I'm just responding one point to Valentin. Professor Valentin Yakushik, Ukraine is on its own. Ukraine needs to understand that. The money being spent for weapons into Ukraine is only being given on the assumption that the only expendable people are the people of Ukraine. The casualties will only be of the people of Ukraine. I think it's a terrible idea, if Ukraine has done it, to send these Mi-24 helicopters to fire rockets from a low range, a low altitude to the oil depot, because it will have a monumental impact on the perception. And it will open this up into being an open war. And Professor Yakushik, you know, and Peter knows, you know that there has been a significant moral advantage that Ukraine has had by saying we are the victims and they are the aggressor. My previous panelist, Bodan, said we may have had 2 strikes, they have had 100 strikes. It does not matter. The fact is they have struck and you have struck. So I think it's a terrible idea. And then for your foreign minister to say we can neither confirm nor react also does not make sense when Mr. Dmytro Kuleba categorically refused to deny the attacks, which means he's admitting the attacks. And in international law, this will be then equalized. And as far as Ukraine, my friend Yaroslav Bosko said there that we've not sent our soldiers. Mr. Bosko, does it matter whether your soldiers walked across the border or flew across the border in an Mi-25 chopper? It doesn't.